I'm a Lakers fan, please help me by sharing the video, subscribing and giving it a like. The Lakers roster still needs updates in the rotation, and one player who will have few minutes is Bronny James, and unfortunately he has not shown that he has developed his game, so it will be better to trade him to open up space in the roster and make signings in the next free agency. The Los Angeles Lakers need to get Bronny James off their roster immediately after a dreadful preseason. He played in 4 of the 6 games and averaged 6.8 points, 3.3 rebounds, and 2.0 assists in 21.3 minutes per contest. Bronny shot 25% from the field and made just 2 3-pointers. He had as many assists and turnovers, along with his defense looking problematic. There appears to be no hope for the former second-round draft pick. Some fans thought Bronny could push Gabe Vincent for the backup point guard minutes this preseason. Instead, Vincent has soared into a starting role as Bronny flopped. The 20-year-old missed the final 2 preseason games with an ankle injury. It was a disappointing end to a nightmare stretch that may end his time with the Lakers. Bronny has done nothing to prove he is an NBA player at this stage. Fans got hyped about Summer League, but the 6'2" guard shot under 30% from three-point range with more turnovers than assists. He is not a shooter, creator, or lockdown defender. Those facts make it impossible for him to get on the floor. Lakers need to send Bronny James packing before the trade deadline. Los Angeles is just $1.1 million below the first apron, where they are hard-capped. That made it impossible to cut Bronny from the opening night roster. He has a guaranteed contract, and the Lakers would have been unable to replace him. The last thing LA wants to do is upset LeBron James as he works his way back from injury, but things will be different as the trade deadline approaches. The Lakers want to upgrade their roster and are now building around Luka Doncic. LeBron is in the final year of his contract and likely plays elsewhere next season. LA knows it will be hard to win with King James, over 40 years old, trying to stay healthy through the grueling NBA season. The franchise may speed up LeBron's departure by trading his son in a deal that upgrades their roster before the deadline. Bronny won't play for the Lakers this season. He may see action in mop-up duty, but he enters the season as the 12th man, even with his father sidelined. Rookie Adothiero could quickly pass Bronny if he can get healthy. The younger James is stuck at the end of the bench, and the majority of his minutes will come with the South Bay Lakers in the G League. The Lakers want to compete for championships, and fans saw Oklahoma City and Indiana reach the NBA Finals with depth last season. LA can't afford to have a guard unable to see the floor hanging around on their roster. It is time to move on from Bronny James in search of someone who improves their depth and playoff versatility. The Los Angeles Lakers should get rid of Bronny after his dreadful preseason. He still has 3 years remaining on his contract, but some rebuilding team would be willing to take on the deal for the publicity alone. The Lakers shouldn't be chasing headlines. They need help to win games now. Sadly, Bronny just isn't good enough, so he must go. Marcus Smart gives Lakers fans an important reminder about his game. This is pretty good insight from a winning player. Knowing your role is a massively important skill in the NBA, and Marcus Smart has excelled in that area for his whole career. That's why, after the Lakers beat the Timberwolves on Friday, and Smart said that, "Stats aren't going to do me any justice," he was spot on. In that game, Smart posted 3 points, 1 assist, and 2 steals, and was a big part of the Lakers' success. That's always been Smart's MO, and Lakers fans are learning that firsthand in the early portion of this season. Sometimes Smart's tenacious playstyle backfires and can be a tad frustrating. But at the end of the day, he cares more about winning than anything else, and that's an invaluable trait. Stats don't do him justice, but Smart is a winning presence nearly every night. On Sunday night, Smart showed another important element of his game, toughness. Smart left the game with a leg injury in the second half, but returned in the fourth quarter, clearly still in pain, to help the Lakers close out the Kings. Smart's tenacious tendencies can wear on his body. He's been beat up the past few years, and it's not hard to see why. Smart probably didn't need to return to the court with Austin Reeves handling all the scoring by himself, but he did. He wanted to. And want is a perfect descriptor for Smart, who finished the game with 11 points and 5 assists. But again, stats are basically irrelevant for Smart, who makes his mark in so many different ways. Marcus Smart has always excelled at the little things. In Boston, Smart was a near lock to average about 12 points and 5 assists per game each season. Compared to other NBA players who posted similar stat lines, Smart was monumentally more impactful than any of them because he loves doing the dirty work, organizing the defense, diving on the floor, deflecting balls, making the extra effort. That will be the case for Smart on the Lakers, too. If you just watch box scores, you're likely to miss so much of what makes Marcus Smart great. If you watch the games, though, you'll quickly see why he's been so successful in this league. I just try to go out there and do what I'm supposed to do. Help my teammates out the best way I can. Being a plus 24 is great and everything, and definitely shows an impact that can be made without touching the ball, shooting the ball, scoring the ball. A player who is happy with a great plus-minus and doesn't care about scoring the ball. That's what has made Marcus Smart a fan favorite in previous stops, and why Lakers fans are already warming up to him in the purple and yellow. With Luka and LeBron both sidelined, Smart's role becomes even more significant in the coming weeks. But even if the stats don't tick up in that time, watching the games will be key to understanding just how much Smart impacts this team. Austin Reaves was happy to get win on career night. With both Luka Doncic and LeBron James out due to injury, the focal point of the Los Angeles Lakers offense becomes Austin Reaves. And on Sunday night, he delivered the best game of his NBA career and led the Lakers to a road win over the Sacramento Kings. Reaves finished with a career-high 51 points to go along with 11 rebounds, 9 assists, 2 steals and just 2 turnovers in the Lakers' 127-120 victory. It was truly an all-world performance for Reaves and one the Lakers needed in order to pick up the win. And that win was the most important thing to him, as he spoke about after the game, noting that while his game still would have felt special, it wouldn't have meant as much if the Lakers had lost. Via Dan Woik of The Athletic. I just want to win. I'm not going out there, oh, I'm going to get 50. I have no interest in that. I'm interested in winning. I love to win, at anything, he said. If we would have lost, it's still different, but it's not as much of an accomplishment. And a lot of people will say that, but I don't think a lot of people mean that. That mindset is why the Lakers view Reaves so highly. He is willing to do whatever it takes as long as the team is victorious in the end. On this night, it required him to take over and dominate offensively, and this isn't the first time that has been the case. Reaves has had a couple of performances throughout his career that have put him in the history books next to the likes of Kobe Bryant, Wilt Chamberlain, Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and his current teammates James and Doncic. And even he can't quite explain how he pulls out these unbelievable games. I still don't feel that way. I don't know why. Obviously, I did it. And I've done crazy things multiple times. So why not? I don't know, Reaves told me. But it's still Wilt. You named players that are in the Hall of Fame. And I'm an undrafted guy that literally got an opportunity on a two-way. I'm not supposed to be doing this. Reaves may feel like he's not supposed to perform at this level, but at this point it has happened enough times that the undrafted guard has gained the respect of everyone throughout the league. And if that is what the Lakers need to win without James and Doncic, Reaves is going to continue to do everything he can to continue these performances. Lakers have already given up on young prospect who just arrived in Los Angeles. The South Bay Lakers traded Dylan Jones right after picking him first overall in the G League draft. Heard. After getting a participation trophy with the Oklahoma City Thunder during his rookie season, Dylan Jones found himself rerouted to the Washington Wizards during the 2025 offseason. The Wizards proceeded to let him explore his future endeavors after releasing him before the start of 2025-26. The former first-round pick in the 2024 NBA draft of the Thunder entered this year's NBA G League draft to get a fresh start. Jones was selected first overall by the South Bay Lakers, who, in case it was not clear by the name, are the G League affiliate of the Los Angeles Lakers. There was a quiet excitement about Jones joining the developmental system of the Lakers. With the right type of offensive growth, this was someone who was viewed as having the potential to make an impact at the NBA level someday. If the former Thunder forward does that, it won't be in Los Angeles. Jonathan Givney reported, the Rip City Remix have traded for 2024 NBA first-round pick Dillon Jones from the South Bay Lakers, a source told Draft Express. In return, South Bay will receive 2 future first-round picks from Rip City and the rights to Will Richardson. Lakers pass up on opportunity to develop Dillon Jones' two-way upside. Jones did not make a huge impact during his rookie season in Oklahoma City. The 26th pick in the 2024 NBA draft averaged 2.5 points, 2.2 rebounds, and 1.1 assists in 10.2 minutes per game, shooting 38.3% from the field and 25.4% from beyond the arc. Perhaps in a different situation, a former first-round pick would have warranted more patience than what Jones received. The Thunder are just too spoiled with talent and draft capital to have afforded him that much. Jones will be 24 years old by the end of the month. Roster spots have filled up quickly in Oklahoma City. There were never going to be any guarantees for someone who did not immediately show promise out of the gates. The Lakers could have been a different story. This team has been in desperate search of two-way help on the wings. Jones was a star of that caliber for Weber State in his final year of NCAA basketball. The Wildcats' wing averaged 20.8 points, 9.8 rebounds, 5.2 assists, and 2.0 steals per game, shooting 48.9% from the field and 32.4% from deep. Maybe the advanced age had the Lakers believing there just wasn't a ton of room for growth, despite his selection. Perhaps they always viewed him as a tradable asset. Whatever the case is, should Jones eventually emerge as an NBA role player, it will not happen in purple and gold. Austin Reaves sets new career high in points against Kings. The Los Angeles Lakers looked dominant in their first win of the 2025-26 season against the Minnesota Timberwolves, but they faced an uphill battle as they traveled north for a back-to-back set. Sunday night the Lakers drew the Sacramento Kings, a team with starry names but a roster that might find it difficult to compete in a loaded Western Conference. Los Angeles has been without LeBron James to start the season, but the team found themselves even more short-handed when it announced that Luka Doncic would miss the game and at least a week with finger and leg injuries. Doncic had been the engine for the Lakers' offense, so without him and James the burden to create and score fell entirely on Austin Reaves. Reaves has a penchant for showing up when Los Angeles needs him most, and he came through again with a massive scoring night to lift the Lakers to a 127-120 victory over Sacramento. Reaves was given full control of the offense and he did whatever he wanted against the porous Kings defense. Reaves had everything working from his jumper, to his drives to the rim and even at the free throw line where he feasted off poor decisions from Sacramento. The rising guard was even better in the second half, single-handedly carrying the offense and making sure the Kings couldn't catch up. Reaves turned in one of the best games of the season so far, dropping a career-high 51 points to go along with 11 rebounds and 9 assists. While Reaves was responsible for most of the scoring, he had help in the form of DeAndre Ayton who continues to look more and more comfortable in the system. Ayton was aggressive on both ends of the floor, particularly on the offensive end where he produced points with sheer effort and will. Ayton's size in the paint was a problem on several of the Kings' drives, and his rebounding helped ignite several transition opportunities. This was Ayton's best two-way performance of the season as he finished with 22 points, 15 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal and 1 block. Rui Hachimura was also instrumental in the win as he was efficient with his looks from the field. Hachimura scored 18 points on 7 of 10 shooting to go along with 3 rebounds, 2 assists and 2 steals.